Hey everyone, and welcome to This Explainer. Today we're diving into a really fascinating journey drawn straight from the Phi Theta Kappa Honors Program Guide. We're going to kick things off with a quick look at the core essay, What's Next? Imagining the Future by Dr. Susan Edwards, and then we're going to pivot to focus pretty heavily on Theme 6. That's all about how modern data is literally completely reshaping our human capabilities. Let's get into it. You know, it's kind of like looking into a crystal ball. Humans have always tried to flip their perspective to predict the unknown. I mean, we live in an era of incredibly rapid change, right? And throughout history, our most natural response to unpredictability has always been to try and map out exactly what lies ahead. Which brings us to Section 1, Predictions from the Past. So to really grasp this, we can contrast two very different historical approaches to future casting. On one side, you've got Dmitry Mendeleev with his deeply science-based foresight. When he was putting together the periodic table, he literally left blank gaps for undiscovered elements, like Eka aluminum, because his predictions were grounded in totally observable, solid patterns. Then on the flip side, we have Nikola Tesla. His approach was all about bold, imaginative, but honestly pretty mixed societal and technological visions. Now, when it came to hard technology, Tesla was, he was incredibly accurate. He forecasted what he called a global brain, which, let's be honest, sounds exactly like the internet. He predicted pocket-sized wireless communication devices, aka our smartphones, and even driverless cars. He actually demonstrated a remote-controlled boat way back in 1898. Just think about that for a second. 1898. It's absolutely staggering. But this brilliantly illustrates a really vital lesson. Predicting the future isn't just about guessing the gadgets. Tesla missed the mark entirely when he assumed that technology and scientific resource management alone could somehow eliminate war and perfectly control human nature. Like the poet T.S. Eliot might say, Tesla had the experience, but he kind of missed the meaning in what humans were actually willing to do with those imagined futures. Moving into Section 2, the future of teaming. To navigate all this complexity, Harvard professor Amy Edmondson points to a massive structural shift she calls teaming. The big takeaway here is that work is no longer just about static, well-defined, rigid departments. Instead, we have to fluidly collaborate and coordinate on the fly with people across entirely different geographies, cultures, and areas of expertise. It's dynamic, it's fast-paced, and man, does it require a lot of adaptability. And we're seeing this structural shift happen right now in the real world. Think about a 24/7 hospital. You've got dozens of complete strangers, sometimes up to 60 different experts in a single day, who have to coordinate flawlessly for patient care without even knowing each other's names. Or on the creative side, you have Disney animators collaborating across massive digital boundaries to build entirely new animated worlds. Both of these situations require extreme on-the-fly collaboration. Let's dive into Section 3, Extending Human Capabilities. The text points out a truly fascinating contrast here. It notes, we muddle along using our amazing yet feeble sensory and physiological apparatus. And, well, really think about it for a second. We rely on incredibly feeble biological traits. Our eyes, our ears, our legs, they can only see so far, hear so much, and walk so fast. Our raw biology has some pretty hard limits. Because of those biological limitations, we've literally always been on a quest to extend our physical reach. It's a natural progression. A simple stick becomes a lever or a cane. A rolling log inspires the invention of the wheel. And eventually those simple gears transform into the massive rockets that take us all the way to space. We are constantly, endlessly striving to push farther, higher, and faster. Which leads us perfectly into Section 4, the data-driven world. This is where the core of Theme 6 really shines. Today, data and instrumentation, they are our modern-day levers and wheels. Things like artificial intelligence and these vast, sprawling data networks are driving just unprecedented progress. They are stretching our analytical capabilities way beyond what our human brains could ever process alone. And honestly, they're shaping almost every single decision we make. Every single day, we are analyzing, refining, and collecting this, frankly, overwhelming flow of digital numbers just to build a finer and finer resolution of our world. We essentially use data to collect even more data, and the ultimate goal is trying to balance these raw, quantitative insights with our own qualitative, uniquely human wisdom. Because of this, our lives, our work, and even how we play are becoming completely intertwined with data-driven machines. I mean, we've got humans training in virtual reality right alongside autonomous robotic dogs. Our tools aren't just passive objects sitting on a workbench anymore. They are highly active participants in our everyday environment. And that brings us to our final section, Section 5, Progress or Catastrophe. As we hurtle towards tomorrow at breakneck speed, we really have to pause and ask what this immense reliance actually means for human civilization. The authors of the guide put it beautifully, writing that we stand on the shoulders of tools, undaunted. We are straining to see farther and push boundaries, but, and it's a big but, Theme 6 clearly warns us that this very same data and instrumentation driving innovation also carries the risk of profound catastrophe right alongside that progress. So the text challenges us with a genuinely profound question. Does accumulating more data automatically equal human progress? Think back to Tesla. Just like he learned that shiny new technology couldn't solve basic human conflict, we have to honestly wonder if better data actually makes us better humans. Or does it just amplify the paths we are already on? As you process all the insights from this explainer, I want to leave you with one final, incredibly provocative thought straight from the source material. When our very foundation, how we team, how we work, and how we make our choices, is built on this ever-shifting landscape of data, what will your tomorrow actually look like? Thank you so much for exploring the future with me today. Keep questioning and definitely keep learning.